Welcome to Marketing with Confidence. I'm your host, Marianne Amies. We're going to be talking all things digital and online marketing for business owners and marketing professionals. If you've been feeling overwhelmed by your digital marketing, be sure to listen along and you'll hear tips, interviews and more that will give you the confidence to create marketing you love. Welcome back to another episode of Marketing with Confidence. I'm super excited to be joined by Jane Mao, and today she's going to talk to us about how what you wear is actually your business card. So thanks so much for joining me today, Jane.
Thanks for having me, Marianne. It's nice to be here. Love this.
To kick off, I'd love you to obviously tell everyone about yourself and I guess how you became so passionate about inspiring 6- and 7-figure female leaders to elevate their personal style.
Thank you. So I started way back when, probably about 16 years ago now. I know it's hard to believe, but yes. So I started off in the world of television styling and dressing TV presenters for TV. So the news and current affairs and things like that way back then. And then I became a fashion editor for a luxury publication. And then through that journey, I had a whole lot of people who approached me whilst I was being seen on TV, and my name would roll up on the credits. And in magazine, they'd see my name, fashion editor, Jane Mo. And so a whole lot of people were approaching me back then going, can you please tell us what to wear? I want to look the part for my presentation. I want to look the part for just business stuff. And that's when something in me was like, oh, there's actually something in this where people want to use what they wear to look the part and show up with confidence. And that's when it all started. Back in 2015, I started sort of going into this space of personal branding and style and how we can actually use what we wear to attract more goodness in our life and deal with the right clients, attract the right people and things like that. So it's just been like that since then.
That's amazing.
It's a journey.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, it's that whole clothes maketh the man, right? A woman. We're now launched into these. I mean, especially again, it's probably 5 years ago, we've all been launched into this video marketing and personal branding. And, where before you could kind of hide behind your company or hide behind your business, now the most successful business owners are the ones that are front and center. And that can be super intimidating.
100%, and gosh, I remember back when, like you said, 5 years ago, this didn't exist, right? Yeah. But we were in some way still using what we wear in a way, but not yet attaching the words personal brand to it or personal branding to it, right? So if you think about it, you've always gone to your job interview if you're in a 9-to-5 job. You've always gone to an interview dressed, looking the part. Right? We always somehow cared about it, but we didn't really know that what we're doing was actually branding ourselves so that someone can buy into us.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. And I think, and the confidence that it brings, when you have to put yourself out there, if you can feel great about how you look and what you're wearing, that helps you to build that confidence.
100%. And it's when you're looking the part, you kind of feel like you're stepping into that next level energy. It's like your Superman outfit, Superwoman outfit, where I'm feeling this. Then you're going in there with confidence. You throw up in that door, and I'm like, I've got this. And that's what clothes does for you. Yeah. You turn the camera on, and you're like, I was freaking yes, I've got this. It's just a tool. It's just a tool. We have to these days have to show up on camera. We've got to market ourselves to get ourselves out there. And the strongest marketing tool, as you know, Marianne, is social media. Yeah. How many times have we been told, listen, you got to build that connection with people. People want to know who's behind the brand. So why don't you use what you wear as a confidence piece? Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
To get you into that energy. Not only that, when people feel the energy coming off you because you are in this passion and you're driven with confidence, they're like, I want to, what she's selling. I'm going to buy into that. Whatever she's got, I'm buying.
Yeah, I want some of that. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. When you follow someone on Instagram and, especially the more visual platforms, you do kind of, you resonate, like you go, oh, wow, like that those photos are amazing. I love what they're wearing, or they look so this or they look so that. I aspire to be what they've got, what they have, and especially if you're selling a product or service, and then your target audience is inspiring to have what you've got, like that then attracts, doesn't it? And it builds that tribe of you that are so like-minded.
100%. Yeah. And you also, I think a lot of us miss the point as business owners. We miss the point of like, we are somewhat a product, right? We are this product that's been put on a shelf so that, for example, if you're a business coach, you're on a shelf of business coaches. Yeah. What makes you stick out?
Yeah, totally.
And I teach this in my group program. It's like, how are you as a product? What is your packaging?
Yeah.
That makes someone go, "Ooh, I want to touch that." I just feel like, what is that? Like going through the supermarket, you're like, all right, so what's it? People are like competing at you at the supermarket down the aisle. It's just like that on social media.
Yeah.
So how, right?
Yeah, I love that.
So how is your packaging sticking out so people can go, you know what? I'm just going to book a call because whatever it is, I want to work with this person. And so coming back to that, you as a brand, what is your packaging? How is your clothes acting as your packaging? Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Before we get into, even more goodness, I'm going to fast fire some questions to get to know you.
Okay, go.
So starting off with, what's your favorite business book?
Well, I love Mel Robbins. I just think she is like the shiz. And one day I'd love to style her. So Mel Robbins, if you're listening to this, holla. So 5-second rule is like something that really changed me like last year. And whenever I feel like I'm in procrastination again, I go back into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Even if I feel a little bit of anxiety, that book really changed me in the way I sort of like get back into like, listen, you got this. It's just about counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
Nice.
So that book, highly recommend. Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. Yeah.
Love it. And then what's your best follow? Who can't you get enough on what platform?
Oh my gosh. The Queen of Confidence, Erica Kramer.
Yes. Agree.
Like, right? Vibe. I'm like, every time I look at her Instagram, I'm like, girl, preach. But I've just been binging on her podcast. I've been binging on just every part of her content just because of her backstory and what she's been through. And I think that's so inspiring. And I look at myself like, well, God, I've got, because you will play the comparison and analysis. And I'm like, you know what? If she can do it, I got it too.
Yeah, 100%. And she does. She inspires that feeling of confidence, right? Like where you're like, she's so real. She's, down to earth, approachable, real and raw, but also really dynamic, and that magnetism and that energy. Yeah.
Yeah. And she is another one who's totally using her look and her style to like get into the mood of like showing up on camera and going, hey, listen, this is my message. I think she just does such a brilliant job of like, keeping that realism.
Yeah.
Plus dressing up as well. Like it's just, I love her.
And she doesn't feel same. There's so many people in that feel same. You almost could exchange them in your mind, whereas she really stands out. Like she has a uniqueness. And again, that style, that tone, positioning, all of it, I think she really has a uniqueness that she markets with.
Yeah. And she just gives you that fire, like that boost of like, as a female, to like go out there and be like, I own my space. Yeah. And I can fully like show up. So,
No, love, agree.
Kind of hooked.
And then what gets you out of bed each day? What's your motivation?
Okay, this is going to sound really corny. People don't judge me. Don't at me, don't judge me. So my work does Like I actually dream my work. That sounds really bad. That sounds corny. That sounds bad. But yes, I dream my work. I dream what work I'm doing with my clients. Like, and it just like my partner thinks I'm a little bit crazy. So I talk about what I do 24/7.
Yeah.
I think it's like shoot out like by now. But I know it's sinking in because he actually gets up and gets changed. He works from home. He gets up and gets changed for the day now.
Oh.
Because he said to me, I've noticed my productivity change when I actually change out of my trackies. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe something is sinking in.
You're like, oh, maybe you know someone that's an expert in this. That's really interesting because I started my business when I had a baby, essentially. So I'd been in a big corporate, went on mat leave. I'm one of those people that has to do a million things. So I was bored on mat leave with a newborn. And I started helping people. But every day by 9, I would be showered, dressed, and at my computer. And you know, people would say to me, I love being in my pajamas all day. Oh, the best thing about like having your own business is you can, and I was like, I've never worked a single day in my pajamas in 13 years. Like every day that I got up, I got ready for work. And that, you know, I guess when you're, especially you're losing a lot of your structure and a lot, you know, being in a big corporate, like you're losing a lot of that comfort in structure and I don't know, something about it made me legitimize what I was doing as well. Because it's like, no, I need to get dressed. Like I've got something important to do today. I need to be showered and dressed and my hair brushed and all the rest of it, you know. And I think I get what your partner's saying, you know, like changing into that like again, coming back to that superhero outfit, like putting on that persona, getting into the zone to go, I've got work to do. And sure, like amazing, do work in pajamas if it works for you. But for me, I think, again, like the confidence, the legitimizing, you know, feeling like what I was doing was meaningful, all of that needed to see me, get up and get dressed every day.
Yeah. And you raise a very important point there. You said you got up and did it every single day. It's habit.
Yeah.
Right. And you're tapping into that programming to really serve you in your business. Whereas like, you know, it's, like you said, some people, they can work in pajamas. Good for you. But there's a rest of society that actually needs the extra help. Yeah. Right. Totally. Just like the rest of society needs the extra help to put on something to show up on camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. Like we're being told that, you know, but we should just chill or we should do this. It's like, no, you do what's right for you. Yeah. If it's right for you to get up and you know you're going to work productively that day, to get up, have a shower, you know, you're actually, that is so fine. I do the same. Yeah. Because I know if I'm in my pajamas, the pajamas are telling my brain that we're still in sleep mode. Yeah. Because that's what, you know what I mean?
Still,
we're still chilling. What, you want to like email 100 people? Who gives a shit? So, you know, by just these little things, it's like giving your brain visual cues that we're actually, like Marianne said, getting in the zone. Like, this is it. Our day's starting at 9 o'clock. We're not waiting until midday. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think you're doing a good job of it, though. So,
mind you, I don't like getting up early. So, you know, I mean, when I say early, I'm not in that 5 a.m. club. I'm not one of those people that loves to get up at 5 a.m. every day and
don't worry. I'm the same. I tried it. Then I was like, this is hard. Yeah. I'll get up, go for my work, do the shower thing and put on something. But 5 a.m., God, it's still dark out there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, crazy. Not for me. I decline. Jane, I opened by saying that, you know, you tell people that what they wear is their business card. And I guess, you know, what does that even mean?
Okay, so what that means is what you wear is what people are judging you to be. Like, so for example, I start with what you wear is your business card. It's like what are you putting on you is what people are seeing, right? And they're forming visual cues on what they're seeing based on their programming, right? So if you think of a lawyer, what image does that conjure up?
Yeah,
right? If you think of
suit, right? Yeah,
right. The navy suit with the tie. If you think successful real estate agent, what image do you get?
Oh, we got like a
right?
suit that maybe it's unbuttoned, like they're trying to
Yeah.
go casual, approachable, but still in a suit.
Right? And like the big watch, and if you're in the Eastern Burbs,
Oh, yeah.
like, right? You're probably like wearing, you've got that dialed in,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
So that's really what that means, what you wear as your business card. It's like, how are you using your clothes to say to people that you are good at what you do, that you are the expert in what you do?
Yeah.
And that's what I do with my clients. I help them when I work with one-on-one with them, or with my group program, is like, how do you, like I've said before, how do you position yourself as a product in order to bring in those clients and make them want to work with you?
Yeah.
So
No,
it's about being a magnet, really. That's what it is.
And what I thought when I first, heard you use that phrase is, it's also about memorability, right? Like, it's like when you get home for an event and you kind of like, oh, where was that business card for Jane? Like, she was awesome. She gave me a business card. Like, the style becomes that, right? Because you're like, who was that person that looked, amazing, or had the great shoes, or had the great, brunch? And then it's like, oh, that was her. And, it becomes that connection, that memorability. But I've got to go connect with her.
Yeah.
I remember
100%.
her.
I remember the green jacket. I remember the red jacket. I remember she had like these amazing earrings.
Yeah.
And also it becomes like the conversation starter, right? How many times have you been approached at an event and people are like, I just love what you're wearing. Where'd you get those shoes from?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, so I've talked about this before. You just need that one thing that opens up the conversation. And then people go, oh, I'm so-and-so. What do you like? What do you do? Like, what, I did it. So it opens up the conversation to then go, I do this, you do that. How can we collaborate? Or how can we work together? Not that that is the end game, but it makes the connection, especially if you're networking.
Oh, absolutely. And networking, like I'm I don't know. I'm typically an extrovert. Maybe I'm a bit of an ambivert because I do also like, my downtime. But even whenever I say to people, oh God, I hate networking, like I find it so intimidating. They're like, what? You're so outgoing. I thought you would love it. And it's like, oh, I can do it. But I actually have all the anxiety of everybody else. I hate trying to sidle in on a conversation that I'm not a part of. I find it stressful. I don't find it like, I'm going to go and network. It's going to be so fun. I'm going to meet all these new. I feel anxious. And
I'm the same. You're my soul sister.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, I can do it, of course. But I'm like, I'm sweating it before I get there every time.
Oh, 100% all the time. But then I always use my clothing. I'm like, what can I wear so that I feel like I've got this room?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. Like, we met at a networking event, right?
Did. Yeah, exactly.
We did. And I came to that event knowing that like I need to like put something on. It was a Sunday. I mean, do I feel like getting out of the house on a Sunday to drive?
Sunday night.
I live an hour and a half away from Sydney. I had to like make that track there.
You were total energy. Like, on a Sunday night, if I had to drive 1 hour and a half, I would be a no-show. Like I think I even said to you, like, wow, like I'm just impressed by the fact that you've driven so far on a Sunday night.
But, like I knew it was important. I knew the people in that room was important to me, and I knew I had to show up.
Yeah.
So, but by the stuff I was wearing, I was like, okay, I need to still be comfortable, but I need to connect with people.
Yeah.
How do I make that connection?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I made the connection through obviously my vibration, but I was feeling good in my skin, right? So when we feel good in our skin and what we wear, it's like natural.
Oh, 100%. And there's nothing worse than when you're wearing something you're not comfortable in, or you're not aligned. The skirt you need to adjust all the time, or the button that's not in the right spot. And in that situation where you're already a little bit on edge, you're already a little on the back foot, you 100%. Want your clothes to be your armor that pushes you forward, where you're like what you said before, I'm feeling good. This is okay. We're fine.
We're fine. And you also got to remember, clothing is your second skin, right? Yeah. Clothing is your second skin. It's a thing that you put on every day. It's attached to you. You can't walk out the door without clothes on. Not possible, people. It's 2023. We don't do that. So, hence why we feel an emotional connection to our clothes.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. We do feel emotional connection.
Yeah.
Either feel good or we feel bad. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a transformation, there's a transformation in going through that. And, you're obviously someone that's dedicated your passion to helping female leaders find their personal style.
Yeah.
I guess, you must have some amazing transformation stories. What have you seen in people? What's the shift you see when people go through this?
Ooh, gosh. Just for example, I work with a CEO, she's now going to CEO status, but I've been working with her since 2013.
Wow.
Very, very good client. So I've grown with her through, management roles, through Deloitte now to another, she's now COO and now she's going to CEO. Wow. So to see that transition in a person building up their brand, because their personal brand in the career environment, right? And she reached out to me about 12 months ago, to tweak her brand again, because she said to me, "Oh, I've actually not listened in the last couple of years to your advice, and I've done something different." And I said, "Oh, what does that mean?" She goes, "Well, I went into a CEO meeting, to interview for a CEO role, dressed not as you had suggested or taught me." And I said, "Okay." And she said, and I knew when I walked out of the meeting, I didn't get the job, or she had been into second round, because I didn't look the part. There was something off, and I knew it.
Yeah.
And so when I got on the call and I saw what she wore, and I asked her, why? Yeah. Why this? And why did you feel that you didn't connect, or why didn't you, didn't feel like you got the job? She went, "Because I didn't feel like me in this outfit."
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It was gray. It was daggy. It just didn't have the vibe of that person that was stepping up into that CEO role. So how could you then feel that vibe? Do you know what I mean? How could you expect yourself to be in that vibe when you yourself don't look that?
Yeah. 100%.
So we tweaked throughout. She actually threw that grey top right across the lawn. No more.
Dead to me. So we tweaked it, and now she's at a totally different space in terms of what what she's putting out there. But she messaged me a couple months ago and she said, "Listen, something's happened in my office. People are actually putting more effort into what they wear since I've done the whole rebranding." Wow.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, there you go. Right? It's transformative for you, but also for the people around you, because they're stepping up to they're leveling up.
Yeah.
So how is you as a leader leveling up for the people around you and setting a standard?
Yeah, 100%.
Right? This is the standard. So that's been a very transparent, in terms of looking at someone transform.
Yeah.
That's been it. And then just recently I worked with another business coach who, had gone through a transition, but she was dressing for what she thought society, the society benchmark of her age and what she thought she should wear.
Yeah.
So all the daggy stuff you can think of, all the stuff. And I was like, why are we getting dictated by that age, that number? Yeah. I'm not saying go out and wear crop tops.
Yeah.
But, there's that switch when people hit that 45, 50 mark that they think they should now go shop at Miller's.
Yeah.
No.
God, no.
God, no. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So, and then, you've got to bring yourself to the modern age, because the thing I always say to people, listen, when someone's looking at you, they're thinking, is this person also has modern ideas, or they look like they've got dated ideas?
Yeah.
Right? So your clothes are visually communicating that. So when you look at someone, you're like, hang on a minute. They look like they're still stuck in I don't know, the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I don't think I want that 2000 idea. I want the 2023 stuff. I want what's happening now. So you're going to look like you've got modern ideas coming out of you, right?
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
So again, tweaked the whole thing. We threw out all the wrap dresses with the slinky. Oh, okay. I get really passionate about clothing. But throughout all that, now her wardrobe is filled with stuff that are modern, but still fit for her age and for her body shape, right?
Yeah.
She looks freaking sensational. She feels like confident.
Yeah. I love that.
You know? And so it's about letting go of society's beliefs of what you should be in terms of like what you should be wearing. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're 80, 90, but there's hope for all of us. Okay. Time's not running out until you're in that grave.
You can look great. Exactly.
You're going to look great. There's some like style influencers that are like 95 and still like rocking it. I'm thinking to myself, that's going to be me. I tell you what, that is going to be me. I'm going to, die strong.
I'm going to say, and have a very specific outfit I want to be buried in. Like, don't do
exactly
on the final day. Like, make sure, like, what am I wearing?
That's me.
Be very, very clear. There's those great memes and I think like TikToks around someone like in their coffin and then like what the hell?
Yeah. I've said to my partner as well, I bet I'm gonna be in my grave going, what you wear is your business card. Like, can't do that. Carve that into my coffin.
Put it on my what's it called, on your gravestone?
Tombstone.
Put it on my tombstone. No, that's awesome. And transformation in that way, like, it's so mutually rewarding. Like, I can understand why that can bring on so much passion for you. Like, I know with what I do, even around digital confidence and helping people, often people come to me and they're so overwhelmed, and I'm a massive simplifier. Like, let's make it easy. Let's, break this down, and you see people's confidence grow. And I can imagine for you, it's the same, like just being able to make some tweaks and then see, like, it's like that whole butterfly thing, isn't it? Like, see this whole person emerge.
Yeah. And a person that was always there, but was scared to step forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what will people think?
Yeah.
Am I stepping up too much? And then just when you let go, it's when all the puzzle pieces come together and you see them wear things that absolutely light them up and you think, holy shit, now you are unstoppable.
Yeah.
Right? So this client, the last one I was talking about, the wrap dresses client, it's going to be the label.
Love a wrap dress.
Love it. Yeah. She then went to like a gala, with her new outfit, freaking looking, and she said she handed out like business cards and she's got meetings with CEOs.
Wow.
I'm like,
what?
Mind blown.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because she had the confidence in her skin to approach and have a conversation.
Yeah.
That's it. Right.
Yeah. It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Like, it gives you the confidence to broach things you wouldn't, but then other people looking at you, it makes them feel that trust and credibility. Like, oh, this person is something I want to align with. Because I think that's it, isn't it? It's like your personal brand is also about alignment, and different people are attracted to different things, but you want to make sure that you're creating an image that the right people align to and want to be part of your, what you've got on offer.
Yeah. And I was very strategic with the outfit that she went in.
Yeah.
She wanted that. She said, oh, but I want like the colors and pasty like shirt with that. I was like, no. I'm putting it specifically in this because it's got power shoulders.
Yeah.
And you need to own that room. And I want color on you so someone can see you from across the room.
Oh, I love it. It.
It's like, read the room. It's not, read the room. Who's in the room? You want to make connections with these CEOs. Right, let's go.
I love it.
Yeah, she was, on cloud 9 after that. Because you only get that one opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Like, how are you, like that hour, the 2 hours will never come back ever.
100%. Right? And it's noisy. Like, there's so many people in that room. Like, it's not just a job interview where it's you, commanding a room for that 1 hour in time. Like, it is noisy. You are competing against hundreds of other people in that room, trying to connect, trying to be memorable, all those sorts of things.
Yeah, 100%. So what is that that's going to make you stand out and hold attention?
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to go then, oh, I just want to like look at that person behind you. Like, can you finish up what you're saying? Like, this is like getting awkward. Can you just like
100%. Or when you think they're coming to you and then it's the person behind you and you're like, okay,
never mind. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, look, of course, personal style is personal, right? But I'd love to wrap up today with practical, advice, ways that female business owners that are listening today can start to explore their personal style as part of their marketing strategy.
Mm-hmm. All right. So practical ways, 3 practical ways you can do this. Just like branding in general, you need to look at yourself as a brand. All right. So what that means is you're going to have to go through your wardrobe. Very scary. A lot of people find this very confronting because they've shopped everywhere and everything is in there and they just shoved it to the side and shit doesn't make sense. It just is like a mess. All right. So I want you to fine tooth comb, go through your wardrobe. First of all, sit down, right? First thing, sit down, look at who you are as a brand. Where are you showing up? Who do you want in your circle, right? What sort of people does that mean? What sort of money do you want to make? What is your packaging price, right? Because someone that I always give this example, if you're an interior designer, right? I'm not talking to interior designers, but if you were, someone who is working on a $200,000 renovation will look very completely different from someone who's got a $20 million budget to work on a house in freaking Coogee, right?
Yeah.
Completely different market. So you've got to really make sure which market do you want to tap into, right? Come up with a list of things, write down, journal, get all your thoughts out, and then go through your wardrobe with that in mind, right? Like, okay, is this person, does this serve me? No, yes, no, cull.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it does, great. If it doesn't, it's got to go. Release and let go, and you can donate stuff.
Yeah.
Get more exciting things in your wardrobe.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, is it serving you for the life that you want now as well is one big thing to remember. Like, stop holding on to things that were from 10 years ago. Let go. Time to step into the new you.
I love it.
Because then when you let go, you then find things that are actually you now. Like, you might still have a trickle of the stuff from before, the personality that you are. Like, you might like sparkles, but it's just a different interpretation of sparkles now, right? Yeah. It's a modern garment. It's not stuck in the 90s. So those are practical ways to look at it. And then don't beat yourself up in terms of but I'm not the right size or the right body shape. That is where people are always it's like a brick wall. You got to let go, start shifting your mindset around appreciating your body and what you wear, right? And wear stuff for you now, dress for now, dress for now. And don't worry if you get it wrong. It's just clothes. You can tweak it and do all the experiments and then record the IG stories, look at yourself and be like, is this going to attract the person or is going to repel a person? How am I positioning myself, right? It's all about positioning. So style is it's your own handwriting. So you've got to have your own unique spin to it as well, right? Yeah. It's got to have a bit of your personality. So don't forget that.
Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, I know it's hard to be ruthless in your wardrobe sometimes because you feel guilty about all the things you bought that you don't like and you're like, I'm being so wasteful. But I think
100%.
Myself, sometimes I look at things and I'm like, just be honest. You haven't worn this for 2 years. What is the chance that this summer you're going to fall in and yes, maybe I bought it and I only wore it a couple of times, but that it's for a reason. It didn't make me feel great. Yeah. Didn't work with what I've got. It's not representative of who I am. We hold on to it, I think sometimes and really when you get rid of that stuff, you see new things in your wardrobe. You see new possibility because it's actually visually space to see them.
Yeah. To actually see and get in there. Yeah. And and we come back to like clothing is like an emotional connection to us, right? We are humans. Clothing is an emotional connection. So we're always going to have this thing of like, oh, but I just can't let go. I can't seem to just, but if you let go, is when you let go, you'll find your style.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
That's when you'll find it. Yeah. And if you're still stuck, come and join us in my group program.
Yes.
Yeah. Magnetize your style is where it's at. I tell you what, like come and join us. I will teach you how to build your wardrobe properly and with, that resonates with who you are. Like, we all deserve to feel good in ourselves, seriously.
100%. Yeah. And I think doing that in a community-based setting is so nice as well.
Oh my gosh. Because there's nothing. And it normalizes things, right? It normalizes that other people are going through the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Like, I've got people in there who like have hit menopause, going through menopause.
Yeah.
What else? Have the pregnancy body. That they can't seem to lose, but they still have to show up on camera. So all these things still exist if you're a personal brand. It doesn't just disappear.
No.
So, I really teach people to like own who they are and their personality, bring that out through their clothes and still be able to attract the people they need to attract into whatever business niche they're at. You could be like an accountant. I've got accountant in there, copywriter, friggin' like web designer. It doesn't matter which industry. It's clothing.
Yeah. I love that. And where can people find more information and connect with you, Jane?
Oh, okay. Instagram is where it's at. Like, I love being on stories.
Yeah.
So...
You do an amazing job on stories too.
Thank you. I love being on stories. I love like just connecting with people on DM as well. So come and hang out with me on Instagram. Jane Mo Stylist is my handle. So JaneMow Stylist in one word. And you'll find all the links under my Instagram bio as well if you want to be on the wait list for Magnetize Your Style. I'm currently running a free masterclass for just thought about the other week. I'm like, yes, let's do this masterclass. I'm going to freaking teach you.
I love it. Well, I'll pop it in the show notes for people as well and put all the links in there so they can find it really easily. But absolutely. Like, I think getting to work more with you, be part of your community, I think for most female leaders, there's just benefits to that. So
and I plan to be releasing a podcast very soon. So there'll be more out there for you to like get some juices so you can actually implement stuff in your world. So, implement your style and get excited. That's the thing. We want to be excited about what we wear. We want energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100. And energy breeds energy. So 100%.
100%. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time today and all the juices you've given us today.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun. My goodness. Who believe, like, we met at a networking event. Now we're chatting freaking what you wear as your business card. It's amazing.
Exactly right. See, networking events are valuable to go to, even on a Sunday night.
Exactly. Thanks, Marianne.
Thank you, Jane. Hey, thanks for listening to another episode. If you don't want to miss one, make sure you subscribe to the show in your podcast app. And if you love it, be sure to share it with friends and colleagues who you think could benefit from increasing their digital marketing confidence. Want more? Head to marianneamies.com to find out how you can work with me directly, to reach out to have me speak at your event, or to grab yourself some free resources.